my name is Karen Kelly, and I am the district director for U.S. Congressman Hal Rogers. I'm also a member of the Operation Unite Board of Directors, and the job I had before this, I was the CEO of Operation Unite.
Wow. Busy career, huh?
Yeah.
So, exactly what is Operation Unite?
Operation Unite is a nonprofit organization that was started in 2003 to battle the drug scourge in eastern Kentucky. Congressman Rogers tried to change some of the laws in 2000 and 2001 in Washington about how Oxycontin is prescribed for mild pain instead of severe pain because he had so many young people dying in his congressional district over it. So he didn't win that battle. Unfortunately, the pharmaceutical companies won, but he didn't want to just do nothing. So he started Operation Unite, which is a three-pronged approach: law enforcement, treatment, and education to the prescription drug abuse problem in Eastern Kentucky.
Um, what would you say that their biggest achievement is as far as in the community?
Well, I think we definitely know that awareness of the problem has been raised. We also know that a lot of lives have been saved. There's many people that I'm friends with now that I can look at and say are here because they got help when it was needed the most. Unite has a voucher program, so if somebody can't afford treatment, they'll pay for it for them. And I just think that's one of the most important things that they do. So, and I apologize if you hear my 4-year-old in the background. He's a little rainbow
That's
this
fine.
evening. But there's a lot of accomplishments. I think we're now in Eastern Kentucky raising up a new generation of young people who understand the dangers of drugs, and we have Unite clubs in schools and a lot of programs for at-risk youth. Who maybe have lost their parents or loved ones to drug abuse. So for me, it's all about the kids, but it's great when you can see a family get back together because somebody found sobriety.
Yeah, that's true. Um, what was the biggest thing that Unite started, like in the community?
Well, definitely the community coalitions, asking for volunteers, asking people to give their time. And everybody's busy these days, so that was a big ask. But asking people to make it a mission in their lives to stop this epidemic from continuing to spread. I talked to people that worked in hospitals, and they said they had a young person coming in every single day of the week, and we're talking about very small rural communities who've overdosed on Xanax or oxycodone or hydrocodone, and it was just too much. So asking people to volunteer to try to reach those people and to raise awareness in the community about the issue and to find solutions, that's huge. I also always think we can't neglect the kids left behind
Yeah.
either. So Unite's done a lot of work in that area with summer camps and programs in the schools, tutoring, mentoring, and that is obviously very important as well.
How many volunteers do you think you all have?
When I left Unite 2 years ago, we used to keep a pretty good count, and it was over 10,000
Wow.
in a 30 county area. I know when I left, it was over 10,000.
Wow. So that's really probably one of the main things that helps you not be so functional and work so well is because people have gotten involved.
There's no question about it. This problem cannot be solved from Washington, D.C. or Frankfurt. There's definitely policy issues that can impact this problem, and make things better. And we've seen a lot of that. But you're not going to get that support if you don't have community people speaking out. And Washington, D.C. can't save a community, but people who live there can. And that's one thing we always had to remember at Unite.
Yeah. What would you say that like a group of social workers that were just freshly graduating and wanted to make a difference in this community because we struggle with substance abuse here just like most of Appalachia does. What would our process be? What would that startup be?
Well, I think number one, you need to raise awareness. So I would do some type of public meeting to find out who's interested. That's the first thing we did at Unite. We went to every single county in our district and held public meetings and found out who was interested. And at that meeting, we would lay out a plan. Okay, we'd like to do these 5 things and at our youth to help people seek treatment. Who's willing to help with these 5 things? Um, so we just asked for help, and people were really, really giving of that. We also took advantage of free media. We would go on TV talk shows at lunch and WYMT's Issues and Answers. We get on the radio and ask people to come to their next community coalition meeting. We would ask businesses to host a fish fry, and then people would come to hear what it was about. We talk about Unite and how they could get involved. So I think asking people to get involved is the most important thing to do, but giving them something to do when they agree to give you their time, I think that's really important. But to new social work, my daughter's a social work major. I'm really excited about that. Um, I would say, there's a lot of, you're going to see the worst in people, and just remember that there's a lot of really good out there too. And a lot of these problems are rooted in drug abuse.
Like we talked about like the community involvement. Okay. What kind of grants did you have to operate with?
We received funding from the U.S. Department of Justice, Bureau of Justice Assistance.
Uh-huh.
And of course, Congressman Rogers helped us with those grants, but we also received money from the state of Kentucky coal severance revenue. And then we have asked for a lot of private donations. Like we had a coal company that gave us over $500,000
Wow.
to give treat 100% of that money went to treatment vouchers.